Welcome back to the Starman Report. I'm Eli Burton, your host, and we've got a lot to talk about this week. So SpaceX has unveiled the Raptor 3 engine, and it is a thing of beauty. Looking at where it's come in development since Raptor 1, with its massive tubes now largely 3D printed inside the engine's body, this looks like something out of a video game, or even a science fiction movie. And funny enough, the visual presence of the Raptor 3 was so unbelievable that Tory Bruno of ULA jumped in and left this comment. He said in a tweet, and I quote, "They have done an excellent job making the assembly simpler and more producible. So there is no need to exaggerate this by showing a partially assembled engine without its controllers, fluid management, or TCV systems, and then comparing it to a fully assembled engines that do." So where Tory was incorrect is that this is not a partially assembled engine. And it led to this fired back, clap back response from Gwynne Shotwell. Works pretty good for a partially assembled engine. If there's any takeaway from this story, it is that don't start a fight with the Queen of Rockets, the true mother of dragons. You will lose. In other news, NASA is exploring industry partner interest in using the canceled NASA Viper lunar rover. On July 17th, NASA announced its intent to discontinue the Viper project and instead use alternate methods for exploring and verifying the presence of ice on the lunar South Pole. And now the agency has opened up a request for information which seeks to learn more about how interested parties would use Viper at minimal or no cost to the government. Last but not least, the U.S. Space Force has initiated a new phase in its mid-Earth orbit missile defense program. The Space Systems Command on August 9th released a request for prototype proposals, inviting vendors to submit designs for a satellite known as Missile Track Custody Epoch 2, marking the second phase of the Space Force program to develop a missile tracking network in medium Earth orbit. Part of the reality of space is it's going to include surveillance and defense systems. And this isn't something to be alarmed about, especially when these satellites are really only capable of providing defensive capabilities. The militarization of space is something to be concerned about. But so long as nation states stick to just surveillance and defensive systems, then we don't need to be worried about Skynet raining down fire upon us. Well, guys, that's all for this week. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Starman Report, and I look forward to having you back for more of the most exciting news in space.